Hello everyone. I just remembered that actually I was sitting before on the terrace and I came out here to have a better vista for you with the river, and I forgot how hot it is getting here. Right now I'm standing in the shadow, but nevertheless the sunlight is bouncing off the sand here and it is really hot. Nevertheless, I will try not to sweat too much. Actually, just before I started the video, I had an interesting conversation with someone over the phone, and it is always so intriguing to get artists to know, and to get them to know not only from their perspective of also an artist, not only the cultural perspective, but also the business side behind it. You can experience always so much creativity, what possibilities artists are actually using to get their money together, to build their wealth. And this is also something that I want to share with you about you possibilities actually to make so much more out of your artistic skills and out of your creativity, because I think it is really an important issue that artists are thinking actually also about the business side and the possibilities that they have as also as a business person. I know artists, and me myself, I don't like to see myself as a business person and even think about the business side of my art, but nevertheless this is a very important point. It will be necessary that actually we invest in our art, and to invest in our art sounds a little bit strange, but nevertheless money is always necessary to buy your art materials, and in this way you are investing in something, and you are creating out of this investment something new, artwork. And nevertheless there will be a point where there has to be a return of investment. The money that you have invested in your art materials should come back sometime down the line from the when you are selling you artworks, so you can invest again, and then you can keep up moving this process of creating art. And if we like it or not, money is a necessary issue of thinking about yourself as an artist. And that's why for me it is always important not only to talk with my clients and my students about this, but also to make a shout out through the social media about it. I know it is not such a popular issue, but nevertheless for many people it is, I think, important that someone is initiating actually some thoughts that is making it easier for them to think about the necessary money, the necessary business side of their art. But let me talk about what actually the call was about. It was actually an artist that I cannot go into details, because the details of my clients is something that I always keep as a secret, no matter what. That's why I became so important for many people, because I understand how to keep secrets. Nevertheless, what I can tell you is actually that this artist has developed some possibilities, what is actually surrounding his own art as a possibility to actually make extra money, to develop extra income that is supporting his art in an incredible way. It was a time investment. We are working on this specific issue for half a year, I think, but now it's beginning to paying off. That's why it is important to me to talk to you about the opportunity that you are having, about the possibilities that you are having, because when you want to become a successful artist or make out of your art a success, it is always very important to think about the opportunities that you are having and the possibilities that you are having that are perhaps outside of what you are doing also in art, because your art is surrounded through so many things that can be of value for people. And when you think about it, all the important artists that in the art history or now in the contemporary art are always also slipping in different roles. They are sometimes consultants, like a new building is built and an artist can function as a consultant what art could improve their rooms so the people that are working there are actually working more efficient. This is just one hint what you can do actually as an artist. So successful artists don't understand don't believe in the myth that the art is ending with just what they are doing as an artist. There are many other possibilities that are actually influencing their own art, but also influencing what could be a possible income for their art. And once you get over this myth that as an artist you have only the choice to starve as a painting artist or just get out of art and start a regular job, I wouldn't believe in this myth, because there's a whole scale what you can do and what you can actually feel comfortable with. It is your decision how much you can split your focus a little bit away from the work that you love to do. Because nevertheless, when you have once decided to become a professional artist, you are actually not bound anymore to your emotional side and not only doing what your heart is telling to do. You are a professional now as an artist, and as part of becoming a professional artist, you are dedicated to the needs of others. That's perhaps is one of the most important distinctions to make from being an amateur. This is a positive thing, by the way, and a professional artist. A professional artist is thinking beyond his own feelings, emotions, and often his ego. He's more there to use his gifts to their well-being or to the gain also of others. And in this way, he can help a lot of more others and in return gain a lot of more of it. There's nothing wrong to be or to stay even an amateur, like the word is saying. I'm repeating this over and over. The word amateur includes the word amore. That's love. It's making art out of love, and this is an important part, that you love your art so much that you dedicate yourself fully to it. That's great. But there's also the professional side of being an artist, to be there for the needs and the values of others. And in this lies a great possibility. And once you are getting over this myth that you can do only art out of love and for yourself to the needs of others, you are opening a lot of more possibilities for your own art. As I was saying in the beginning, actually in this way you are opening up a window to more investment into your art. When you are gaining more money, actually you will be also able to invest more money in your art, and in this way you are opening a way to lift your art to the next level. And I think this is a very important point. It is not a decision that you are making just like this. It is happening over time, and it is happening perhaps with initial thoughts. And this is what I think I will talk a little bit today about, because you can, as an artist, think what is your highest value possible, the values that you can provide through your art, through your creativity. Most likely these thoughts will be very near what you are doing, what you love to do as an artist. So it's painting or drawing or whatever you have mastered. But around the subjects there are other values that you can produce. Perhaps they are don't seem so valuable for you, but for other person this can be a lot of value. Like I was the example, an artist that is very good at creating emotion with his paintings. This artist also understands how colors, how forms are influencing actually people. And this knowledge alone, without the painting, this knowledge alone is perhaps of value for people that are creating office rooms, because in this way the person that is having this office room can change the emotion, make the people more efficient, more focused, or whatever needs this person is having. And as a help to achieve this, the artist's knowledge about emotion and changing the dynamic of a room is of a high value. So when you think about it, not only what you are doing as an artist is of a high value, but perhaps other things that are surrounding it are also of high value for others. Where is also the point where your quality is superior to your quantity? What things are you doing right now? What possibilities do you have that are really more about a quality that is obvious to others? This can be also a very important hint to what you can do actually with your art to provide value for others. Perhaps you have already painted something or done something as an artist where the quality was immediately obvious to other people. And things like this can be a great hint to develop the next stage of thinking, because once you know what is an obvious value to the others, you can develop a whole list of things from which people can benefit from your art and from your creativity and from your special skills in the best and fastest way. There are some things perhaps that you are already doing that is bringing a lot of quality forward, and these qualities, these values that you are producing are immediately of use to someone. It is a little bit a thinking outside of the box, but nevertheless perhaps you have some experiences where you have actually made when you have talked about your art, or you have confronted someone with your skills, with your qualities, with your value, and there was no resistance to understand the value that you are providing. It can be something perhaps like being able to arrange things, like perhaps you are someone that is normally drawing or painting like flowers, but you have found out that actually you are very good at arranging things, putting things together in a way that is very attractive to others. And perhaps someone saw once how you have arranged some things and was telling you, wow, actually you are perhaps a great painter, but the way you are putting things together is just great, and I see immediately the value. And from such thought you can perhaps begin to discover how else can you use your gifts, and how else can you achieve easy results for someone. And with time there will be perhaps opportunities where someone is needing the skills, these abilities, and so on. It's very difficult to talk about this just over a video, because this is something that is very specific for every artist, and every artist should sit down and reconsider the possibilities that he's having. But nevertheless, it is important not to be too enthusiastic about what possibilities you have to provide value, because most likely this is also comes with a price that you are losing focus on what you are doing. So it is important to discover your possibilities actually around your core competence, and not to get away too easy from this core competence. Nevertheless, stay with what you are doing, but think about what has the highest value also for others as a byproduct, or something that you can actually also do. And for this you can with time discover the necessary clients, because you must understand this is something that you are doing perhaps as a bywork, or it's just a fraction of what you are doing, or it is a skill or something that you are really good at. Nevertheless, for someone else this has value, and perhaps this person right now is in a situation where your knowledge, where your skill set, where your value has a much more higher value for him right now in this situation. And when you are very aware about your extra values, extra skills that you can also use, sometimes you are just lucky to find a person in need of this. And when this person is in a situation where he or she can gain a lot of value out of your skill, it is not a problem to ask them for a fraction of this value. To go back to the example with this how to design an office room so the workers there are more focused, more balanced, and more effective. It is something that this artist can do without thinking. He can actually, with his paintings especially, but in the way he's designing or he's thinking about rooms, can develop emotion. And it is really incredible skill, but he was never aware that actually there are people who are designing office room, and the skill to create emotion, to create more efficiency, create more focus, can have a outstanding influence on the efficiency of the workers. And over time, over 1 year, 2 years, this more of efficiency is paying off. So actually the person that is designing this office room is understanding how much value is it when the workers are 10 or 20% more efficient, and this is accumulating to a sum that is incredible for the artists to think about. Just think about it, when some rooms are developing as an office room, how much only the desks are costing. These are hundreds of dollars, hundred thousands of dollars, when it's really a big office room, and there is no problem to get so much money as an investment just to buy the desk. And if you have something that is influencing the efficiency of workers, how much more value can it be? So this artist has to rethink his position. It is possible, of course, to bring in his art in these rooms, but this art goes for thousands of dollars. But to influence the whole productivity of a room is something in which the client is seeing much more value than just in one painting, because this is influencing immediately the profit from the client. And when the client is profiting so much, it is not a problem to actually get so much more value out of it, not only from the paintings but from the whole projects, just because this artist was able to think outside of his box, to rethink his possibilities. And it is important to not be, this is a great possibility to see your art, but most artists tend to stay in their idealistic room, idealistic thoughts about the art, what the art should do and how it should influence others, instead of going out there, seeing the reality and then finding out how others can use their own skills. I have made the experience with one artist that even said no to some clients, because what the clients was doing was not something that was in the idealistic sphere how the artist is thinking. So he refused actually to help someone because he didn't want to see himself or his art in this way. And this is okay. This can be very also an important step when you don't want to influence your reputation, but I don't know, color design slaughterhouses or something like this. Some things are worth to say no, but there are other possibilities to help others, to provide them with value, but don't build it in your own belief system, but allow it the reality, allow it the business world, allow it really the input from outside, what can be also done with your gifts, with your possibilities, with your skills. And it is all about communication. And once you have found out this factor, this possibility that you are having, and a client in need of these new possibilities, you will also discover that there is no need for convincing the clients of your abilities, because it is something in your core competence. And in this way, that the clients are coming more naturally, and you are in the position to allow it more happen. So you are not like a craftsman that is going from door to door and asking for work. It is most likely something that will develop in a natural way when you once are allowing it, when you are certain in your qualities, in your values that you can provide for others. This is a completely different approach than offering. It is most likely a process of finding people more in need, because you are so confident in your core competence, in your possibilities, in what you can provide as a value to a possible client, so that there's immediately a exchange of confidence. You are capable of doing something for the client, and this client understands the value, and with your value he or she can achieve so much more. And in this way you will not have a problem to just ask for a small fraction of the profit from the top. So it is a possibility to think about it. First you should just think about some possibilities of yours, then you should write down what skills are you having, who can perhaps profit from it, and then you are beginning to think about the people. I call it with the neck problem. You know, it's like a bottleneck. It's something that is very thin, and from one point it is opening up again. And you are the person who is capable of solving this bottleneck problem, where the things that your possible clients wants to achieve is getting stuck, and you have the right possibility and you have the right skill to solve this bottleneck problem, because the client himself is not capable of doing it. And by thinking how to help others, how to support others, and knowing about your skills, with time you will discover the people with such bottleneck problems, and this is most likely the beginning of your expansion. Perhaps yours as well as a businessman, not only as an artist, but someone who is making profit by helping others to achieve what they want, so they can make even more profits, and you are getting a slice of it. And in the most industries in which the artist not even thinking about it, that they can be of value, there's a lot of profit to be made, because most likely the places where a lot of money is made are the places where creativity and the artistic skills are very rare. So you are a kind of specialist who is going into a field in which you can really support and help others, because other way they will lose perhaps something, or they can not gain so much, and your creativity alone can be of a very high value. But as I was saying, this is a process of development, a process of thinking what is comfortable for you, what is inside your core competence, where do you not lose focus on what you are doing as an artist or as a creative. And in this way you are developing the thoughts, and it is developing to a point where you actually are seeing then the people in need that are your possible clients in the future. But nevertheless, this is something that you should take time to think about. It is not something that you can just switch your fingers and then suddenly your clients and your income possibilities will just appear. It is just what I'm doing here. These are just my scattered thoughts after a phone call, but nevertheless I wanted to provide you with this perhaps interesting insight, because very often creative people are struggling a little bit with the business side or with their income, and it is really strange because there are so many possibilities to expand as a creative person, as an artist, and in this way secure your income source, so you have the necessary money that you can invest in your art and make your art so much bigger, so much greater. And just think about all the people that will come into your life, bringing new input, new possibilities, and from there everything begins to develop and to move. It is worth as an experiment. In the end you can say, no, I want to be the starving artist and this is the world as it is, but I just want to tell you from my experience, it is worth to just think about it and giving it just a try. It is up to you. You have total freedom and you are making the decisions, but it is a possibility to bring your art to the next level by having more resources to invest in it. Like my life here right now in Thailand, I'm so inspired. Nevertheless, I had to pay for my flight here. I had to pay for my bungalow and at the beach. This resources are necessary, but it was for me an investment that I was making gladly, because I knew that this place, especially Thailand, will bring so much more inspiration in me, and thanks to this investment I was able to do, I am able now also to give you my thoughts, because I have here more time and more freedom to think about all the things and take more time for calls with my clients and develop all the ideas that I'm sharing with you. I hope they are of some value for you, even just as an inspiration. By the way, nevertheless, somewhere down below in the description you will find a link. You can click on it, and there I have most likely already put something together that will help you with the business side of creative or as a artist. Then just after watching this video, click there and you will figure it out if it is of help to you. I will now take some time off, first to drink a cold lemonade. I'm really looking forward to it, and then perhaps have a walk and think about even more of it and write about it, and perhaps with the link that you can click on, even more input will come together and will help you and support you. I hope also to see you in my next video. Until then, see you soon. Bye bye.